You know, I don't know if you've ever had an ex that you just sort of grew apart from, and then you ended up finding them on Facebook or Instagram years later and found that they've made a whole host of weird decisions and no longer look like the same person you used to know, but you also don't care enough to ask if they're okay. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about Marvel. Hi y'all, SnarkyJay cosplay here. As of the time of this video's recording, Disney's D23 Expo was just last week, and of course, Disney used D23 to advertise all their upcoming projects, very few of which look interesting at all, but perhaps worst of all is the upcoming lineup of films and projects from Marvel. And right now I'm using my clairvoyant abilities. No wait, that one means crazy. That's accurate too. I'm using my clairvoyant abilities to determine the fact that most of you are probably thinking, shut the f up, Jay, you're a Marvel hating grifter, blah, blah, blah. Listen, babe. First and foremost, Marvel was literally not just my life, but also my entire personality and also everyone around me's problem for a very long time. I was there for all the midnight releases, I had all the merch, I did all the cosplays. I was committed. Marvel and I were serious. We were exclusive. We'd met each other's parents. It was a whole thing. But then Endgame came around and I thought, okay, this seems like a natural place for us to either take a break or just part ways. But Marvel didn't know how to quit, and to be honest, I kind of quit. I didn't watch a lot of the stuff that came out immediately after Endgame. And of course, I would be super unfair to not acknowledge how absolutely amazing everybody's reaction to Deadpool and Wolverine has been. However, that has not caused me to forget all the bullshit with She-Hulk, the Marvels, Eternals, Secret Invasion, and a number of other projects that just, sucked. But after D23, Marvel is done. I'm sorry. It should have ended with Endgame. I mean, seriously, let's take a look at what they teased at D23. But first, a word from this video's sponsor. After all my complaining about canceling Disney Plus, I realized I was being charged for 3 other subscription services that I don't even use. Well, today's sponsor, Rocket Money, is here to help. Rocket Money is the personal finance app that helps you cancel subscriptions, lower bills, and manage your money better. I'm using Rocket Money to cancel subscriptions I no longer need or want. Rocket Money safely and securely identifies recurring charges and cancels unwanted subscriptions for me. I can even cancel subscriptions directly through the app with just a few taps. I don't have to worry about customer service calls. I'm also using Rocket Money to set budgets. Rocket Money analyzes my spending habits to create a personalized budget that works for me and my lifestyle. It helps me stay organized and within my limits. Rocket Money has helped its customers save up to $740 a year when they use all the features, with over $500 million in canceled subscriptions. To save more and spend less, join the over 5 million members using Rocket Money today. Go to rocketmoney.com/snarkyj or click the link in the description to get started for free. You can also unlock even more features with premium. That's rocketmoney.com/snarkyj to get started for free. We got a little more of Captain America: Brave New World, which I don't think looks particularly good. If it's following on the heels of the Falcon and Winter Soldier series, that was genuinely one of the bigger disappointments of my life. And listen, I know you're technically not allowed to say this, but I've always been of the opinion that Bucky's brief time as Captain America in the comics was genuinely one of the cooler and more complex decisions they've ever made, and I very much wanted to see that as the 4th Captain America movie, and that's not what we're getting. Then we got to see a little bit more of Fantastic Four. Of course, you guys all know that I have spoken very highly of Pedro Pascal on a number of different videos. However, I still think he's the wrong choice for Reed Richards. The other casting choices are okay. Still can't get behind Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm, and this picture makes it all the more obvious, especially after we got to see Chris Evans as Johnny Storm again in Deadpool and Wolverine. I'm sorry, what the f is this suit? I'm sorry. No, absolutely not. I don't like it. I don't think this movie's gonna be any good. The fact that they're bringing Robert Downey Jr. back as Dr. Doom just further cements the idea that this is all gonna be shit in my mind. But okay, let's move on, right? Surely this has to get positive at some point. Ironheart. That's still happening? I thought they announced that years ago and then canned it. I mean, I don't know that I have any specific issue with it, but also, is anybody asking for this at this point? If you asked for Ironheart and you're excited about it, please let me know in the comments, because I don't even know why this is still happening. Then we've got Daredevil Born Again, and this is one that hits so close to home, and I'm genuinely terrified for, because we've talked quite a bit about this reboot of Daredevil after, of course, it was super successful on Netflix, and then they basically made him a walking sex toy for Jennifer Walters and She-Hulk, and now it seems, okay, they brought back Jon Bernthal as the Punisher, they've got Charlie Cox, they've got Foggy, they've got Karen. It could be good. And now we know that Disney, if the right hands get involved, can put out something that's past PG-13, maybe even R-rated, and could be good. I can say that I'm a little bit excited for it, but at this point it's more cautious optimism than excitement. And last, but certainly, actually, not least, it is the least, Agatha All Along. Again, I don't get why this is happening. I'm sure that a lot of people feel that I should be excited because Aubrey Plaza, my apparent twin, is in this. I could not care less about this show. I didn't think WandaVision was all that good a show, so I also don't see why we need this Witches Coven Marvel series. I'm gonna have to watch it for the channel, but everything I've seen about this series so far looks not just insufferable, but also uninteresting. I mean, guys, seriously, I can't be the only one seeing this, right? Back in the day, they would give us those announcements out of Hall H at San Diego Comic-Con, or even these conferences at Disney, at D23, and it just seemed like we were screaming the entire time. There were team-up movies and solo projects and great shows and all these announcements that were genuinely exciting, that seemed good, the kind of thing that you would be waiting for the release of and looking for teasers and bonus content, and none of this is inspiring to me anymore. And I said it the other day in my review of Deadpool and Wolverine that I briefly thought maybe I was just getting too old for this, but no, I'm still a f***ing dork and I love all this stuff. It's just the fact that they're incapable of producing good and exciting content these days. Marvel has been on a steady decline since Endgame, that much is obvious, and the two blips of light and joy are basically based entirely in fan service with Spider-Man No Way Home and Deadpool and Wolverine. But it's clear Marvel is never gonna go back to those glory days because honestly, they just don't want to. That's all from me. I've been SnarkyJay. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. For more SnarkyJay, feel free to check me out on Instagram, and if you'd like to support me, this channel, and my content creation, do check out and consider subscribing to my Patreon for exclusive photo shoot sets and cosplay content. I will add links to all of those in the description below, and let me know your thoughts about the future of Marvel in the comments below.